lot of different places. We saw some decisions made yesterday, and now, Shefty, we're waiting for one in Dallas. What is the latest with the Cowboys coaching?
Brian Schottenheimer started meeting with the Jones family on Tuesday afternoon into Tuesday night. Those meetings went throughout the day. Wednesday broke up early last night, and obviously by the length of those meetings, that would tell you that Brian Schottenheimer is in square contention to become the next head coach of the Dallas Cowboys. We'll see if the two sides figure out a way to get it done. But we've talked an awful lot about some of the other candidates that they've spoken to. The former Jets head coach Robert Saleh, the former Vikings head coach Leslie Frazier. They met last week with Kellen Moore, the Eagles offensive coordinator. But the focus the last 24, 48 hours has been on Brian Schottenheimer, who has a relationship with Dak Prescott, who has a history in this league, who once upon a time was the hot coordinator candidate and didn't take some of those interviews and then somehow lost the opportunity to go get a head coaching job. Now he may have the opportunity to get a head coaching job. He may be the guy in Dallas. We'll see what the Jones family decides to do next, but he clearly is in contention to become the next head coach.
There was a moment in time when Deion Sanders' name was prominently mentioned, and people like you were not scoffing at it. I mean, is that, I feel like that's quieted.
It has quieted, and I think that they focused in on the other candidates that they want to get to know better. They want to hear the ideas of what they think of how they would run things if they were the head coach. I think Jerry Jones knows that Deion Sanders is always there. Deion never committed to taking the job or not taking the job. Jerry Jones never committed to interview. It was just a conversation. Obviously, everybody got carried away with it, and we'll see if that continues on. But right now, it seems like they're looking at these other candidates to decide whether or not to move forward with them.
It won't matter.
It
won't matter.
Because?
They're not going to win next year in Dallas. Dak Prescott's cap hit is $90 million.
They'll do something with that, though.
Jalen Hurts is 20. Jayden Daniels is 8. Math is math. It won't matter.
I look at this and it seems similar. I'm following up Dan's point.
He's on one right now.
It doesn't matter.
Now I'm trying to make it matter.
Yeah, exactly.
I look at this and you look at Brian Schottenheimer. He was the offensive coordinator with Mike McCarthy. You just rewind back a few years ago. Kellen Moore was the hot name behind Mike McCarthy, and it was the same conversations we were having. Are they going to move on from McCarthy to hire Kellen Moore? Then it was Dan Quinn, and now it's Brian Schottenheimer. So it seems like the Cowboys, for all that they do, as much as we do, they seem like they're always just standing in the same spot while everybody is zooming by, and we keep having the same combo.
At the end of the day, I think it's going to be Kellen Moore that's the next head coach for the Dallas Cowboys. That's who I believe it's going to be.
Well, and again, I mean, Dan Quinn was there. He was in the building. Now, all of a sudden,
What's he doing this weekend?
Yeah, he's coaching the Commanders. All right, it's an unbelievable Final Four, and it features a rookie on the verge of doing something that has quite literally never been done, which brings us to today's Green List. I'm about to read for you the top 5 rookie seasons in NFL history. These are too good to rank them. They will be done in chronological order. It begins in 1957, when Jim Brown became the first and still the only player to be the MVP of the league as a rookie. He ran for 942 yards in a 12-game season. The Browns went to the NFL championship game that year and lost to Detroit. Yes, Detroit, that's how long ago it was. Jim Brown in 1957. 8 years later, Gale Sayers. If that's a name you don't know, then you should read about him. He led the NFL as a rookie with over 2,200 all-purpose yards and scored 22 touchdowns, which remains the NFL rookie record. By the way, the Bears that year drafted consecutively Dick Butkus and Gale Sayers in round 1. Gale Sayers' rookie season is on this list. Next, 1981, Lawrence Taylor, the only rookie ever to win Defensive Player of the Year in National Football League history. Sacks did not become official until the following season. He was unofficially credited with 9.5 sacks. And make it simple. Anyone who ever watched him play knows he was as good a defensive player as ever lived, and it began that way immediately. The same could be said on the offensive side with our teammate Randy Moss. 1998, Randy's rookie season, he led the NFL with 17 touchdown catches. Everyone will remember on Thanksgiving, 3 catches, 163 yards and 3 touchdowns against the Cowboys. The Vikings won 15-1 and set a record for the most points that any team had ever scored in NFL history. The rookie was the reason why. And the other man on this list is Jayden Daniels. He absolutely belongs regardless of what happens on Sunday. Did you know that when this season began, if you went to ESPN Bet and looked at the preseason projections, the Commanders had the same projected win total as the Tennessee Titans? The Titans are picking first in the draft. The Commanders are one of 4 teams remaining that could still win the Super Bowl. And the reason for that is Jayden Daniels. So those are the 5 greatest rookie seasons in NFL history. Again, I will not diminish them to rank them. They belong in chronological order. Jim Brown, Gale Sayers, Lawrence Taylor, Randy Moss, and Jayden Daniels. Shefty.
Well, that's the company that he's now keeping. And if Jayden Daniels can find a way to win Sunday's NFC Championship game, it is going to be a Jayden Palooza in New Orleans for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Because it is going to be on. We're already talking about him. He's already done things we haven't seen. He hasn't had a turnover on the road in the playoffs. He's led this team to 6 come-from-behind victories in the fourth quarter, which no rookie quarterback ever has done. He's taken a franchise that was irrelevant and placed it into the NFC Championship game. As one person there said, he makes up for a lot of our sins. They're an average football team with an extraordinary quarterback that has elevated everybody around him. And if he wins Sunday, the Jayden Daniels conversation is just beginning.
Oh. Not only has he had the best rookie season ever, you can make the case it's the most impactful rookie season ever. I mean, just the way that we have quickly viewed the organization, the way that he has elevated the football team, the way that now, I mean, this is a destination for a lot of guys in the next couple months. Of like, I want to go play in Washington with this young man. Yeah. And I agree with Shefty. If they somehow go on the road to beat, in many ways, a rival, but a division foe who's got the best football team roster-wise in the NFL, this becomes a completely different conversation. We are automatically putting him in the groups with the Joe Burrows and the Josh Allens and the Lamar Jacksons and the Patrick Mahomes. And I don't know if anybody's gotten to that group that quickly.
And absolutely, and you look at that, it's the scary part. If you're Philly, if he does win that game, this guy's in your division for the next 15 years, and you have to compete against him. And for the all NFC side, he's just a rookie, and this isn't a Commanders team that is built around him just yet. This was supposed to be year one, to your point, of just seeing what you have, and then the next few years about really building a team around him. I look at what he's done so far this season and going on a roll, and we talked about how good this Philadelphia Eagles team is. If there's a quarterback in the playoffs right now that could go and win this football game, it is Jayden Daniels for what he's done and how he's elevated that entire team.
Just think about it in this regard. When Patrick took the AFC by storm, the NFL by storm, everyone immediately pivoted to, we've got to go get somebody like him. It will immediately, maybe already is we got to go get somebody like Jayden Daniels.
You mentioned some of those other names, right? Mahomes, Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, Joe Burrow. They're all in the AFC. Jayden Daniels is in the NFC right now. He's the one great quarterback that we know.
The attention to detail, the composure, the belief in his skill set that he can get anything done. And I do believe, even though the Philadelphia Eagles are the better team in this matchup, that he can go into the link and lead his team to a victory. That's how damn good he is, in my opinion.
Tell me how.
Well, number one, I think it's going to start with tempo, right? Being able to get the football out quickly, and the tempo allows them to be able to get to what they want to get to, do what they want to do. And out of all their plays they had this postseason, 58%, shout out to Himbo for that stat, they've gone no huddle. And it's worked to the advantage of the Washington Commanders in the run game and also in the pass game.
So that's what you're saying. We want to see them play fast. Dan,
yeah, that's what they've done all season long. This game will come down to 2 things. Number one, does Philadelphia blitz Jayden Daniels? I've talked about it. When they first played, they didn't do it. Philadelphia is not a blitz-heavy defense. They didn't do it in the first time that they played, and their defense played well. The last time they played about a month ago, they went after Jayden Daniels, and it was the most they have blitzed all season long. That's the game he threw 5 touchdowns. I'd be shocked if Philadelphia blitzed them more than 3 times. The second thing is Philadelphia defensively will have to win 4th down. Not 1st down, not 3rd down, 4th down. This is an offense that goes for 4th down more than anybody in the NFL, and they're more successful at it.
Right.
7 touchdowns this postseason from Hembo. This offense has scored. 5 out of those 7 came on a drive after they converted a 4th down. If Philadelphia shuts down the 4th down attempts, because they are going to happen, Philadelphia wins this game comfortably. If they don't, we will have a ball game in the fourth quarter.
I love that you brought up fourth downs. The last time these two teams played, a 4th and 11. J-Mac, as a defensive player, you're probably saying, we're getting the hell out the field. We're getting our offense the ball. But guess what? The legs of Jayden Daniels allowed him to pick up that 4th and 11 and keep that drive going.
This game will come down to that.
And that's the challenge that he poses, because you talk about a 4th and 11. You talk about whether they're going to blitz. For a lot of teams, you get in those opportunities. There's two thought processes. 4th and 11, we're going to stay back, play zone, and come up and tackle. Or the other side of it is send pressure at him, and all we have to do is make a tackle before we get up, before they get to the sticks. But the issue with Jayden Daniels, when they do that, the legs beat you.
They've converted 6 fourth down plays this postseason alone. 6. And we'll see if they do more on Sunday.
Yeah, and look, I mean, there's a lot of revisionist stuff that goes on. All of a sudden, everyone's talking about, well, the